In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my Week 13 college football predictions. So, since the college football season's coming to a close, I think I'm going to do a college football playoff prediction. So make sure you subscribe not to miss that video. So here I go. The first game I have is Stanford versus Texas A&M. I think this will be a kind of a blowout, 44-3, Texas A&M winning, because I just think that Sanford doesn't have a chance. I just think Texas A&M is a better team. They have a little more better athletes. I think they'll play harder, faster, and more aggressively. I just think that Sanford will make more mistakes, and I just don't think they'll be able to keep up with Texas A&M. And I just think that Texas will just play a really good game. But I just think that Sanford will only be able to score 3 points, and I just think that Texas A&M will walk away with the win. The next game is Missouri versus Oklahoma. So I have this game being 35-21, a semi-closer game. Oklahoma winning, because I just don't think Missouri is going to give Oklahoma a run for their money. I just think Missouri will make more errors. I just don't think they'll play their best football. I just think at the end of the season they won't perform like they have been, and I don't think Missouri will pull off the upset. I just think Oklahoma will be faster, more aggressive, execute on both sides of the ball better, and I just think that Oklahoma will win this game. The next game I have is Miami, Florida versus Virginia Tech. I think this is going to be a low scoring game, 21-3, Miami, Florida winning. Because I just don't think Virginia Tech's good. They've not been good for several years. I don't think they'll start being good during this game. And I just think that since Miami, Florida's been semi good, that they'll be able to outscore Virginia Tech. And I just think that Virginia Tech will make more errors. I think they'll get a lot more penalties, which will hurt them. And I just think that Miami, Florida will walk away with the win. The next game I have is the game I made a short about today is Rutgers versus Ohio State. I thought the score was going to, or I think the score is going to be 32-7, Ohio State winning, because I just think that Ohio State's the better team. I just don't think the Rutgers will stand a chance against Ohio State and what they can do. I just think Ohio State can perform as a team. And I just think that Ohio State works together or more than the Rutgers. I just think Ohio State communicates better than Rutgers, and I just think that Ohio State's more aggressive, faster, harder hitting, and I just think that the Rutgers won't be able to keep up with them and make more mistakes, and I just think that Ohio State will easily win this game. The next game I have is a low scoring game, 14-0, which is LSU, SMU, or SMU and Louisville, I mean. And I think Louisville will win 14-0 because I just think that they'll play a good game. I think both teams evenly matched, but I think it'll come down to errors. And I just think SMU will make more errors than LS or Louisville. I mean, and I just think that Louisville will have a pretty good game that game, not dropping too many passes, not fumbling too much. And I just think that Louisville will win this game. The next game is Charlotte versus Georgia. I think this will be a 20-point game, 30-0 Georgia winning, because I just think that Georgia is the better team. I just don't think Charlotte's good enough to beat this Georgia team, especially since you saw what happened to Texas when Georgia played them. And I just think that Georgia is the better team. They communicate better. They play as a team better. They are more aggressive, faster, harder hitting. And I just think that Charlotte will make more errors. They'll get more flags, and they'll just have a terrible game this game. And I just think Georgia will win. The next game I have is a really big blowout. Eastern Illinois versus Alabama. I have the score being 52-7. Alabama winning because I just don't think Eastern Illinois is even on the same level as Alabama. I just think Alabama brings in a lot more better players, and I just think that Alabama utilizes those better players, and I just don't think Eastern Illinois will be able to keep up with them, and I just don't think they'll put up much of a fight against this Alabama team, and I just think that Alabama will smoke Eastern Illinois. The next game is South Florida versus UAB. I'm not familiar with both teams, but I think the score will be 23-3 or 27-3. I mean, and I think South Florida will win because I just think South Florida executes on both sides of the ball better. I think they're more aggressive, and I just don't think UAB is that really good of a team, to be honest. And I just think that South Florida will end up winning this game. The next game I have is kind of a rivalry, Kentucky versus Vanderbilt. I think this will be a 10-point game, 24-14. Vanderbilt winning this game because I just think Vanderbilt's been playing better football than Kentucky. I just don't think it'll stop here, and I just think that Vanderbilt's been playing really good, and I think they'll be passing really good, rushing really good, and playing really good defense against Kentucky. And I just don't think Kentucky will be able to outscore Vanderbilt. And I just think that will be the better team, executing on both sides of the ball better, and I just think that Vanderbilt will win. The next game I have a 1-point game, Syracuse versus Notre Dame. I have the score being 21-20, Notre Dame winning, because I just think that Notre Dame is the better team. I think both teams are evenly matched, fighting, going back and forth all game, playing good defense, playing semi-good offense, and I just think that Notre Dame will win. The next game I have is USC versus Oregon. I had this a 3-point game, 38-35, Oregon winning, because I just think that Oregon will be able to outscore them barely. I think they'll have a few more better offensive drives, and I just think Oregon will play better defense. But I think USC will really give Oregon a run for their money, and I just think that Oregon will win this game by the skin on their knee. The next game I have is Michigan State versus Iowa. I had this score being 21-3, Iowa winning, because I just think they're the better team. I think they're more aggressive, and I just think that Michigan State won't be able to put up much of a fight, and I just think Iowa will win. The next game I have is Arkansas versus Texas. I have the score being 28-14, Texas winning. I just think they're the better team. I think Texas is a harder hitting team. They're a faster team. I just think that Texas will be able to execute on both sides of the ball better. And I just think that Texas will be able to win this game. The next game I have is Kansas State versus Utah. I have this a very low scoring game, 10-0, Utah winning, because I just think they're the better team. I think they've been playing better football. I think it'll carry over to this game. I just don't think Kansas State will be that good. I think they'll be throwing or getting a lot of penalties, making a lot of errors. I just think that Utah will win. The next game I have is Michigan versus Maryland. I think this will be a semi-blowout, 32 points, 42-10. Michigan winning, because I just think that they're the better team. They have a lot more players they can rotate in if the players are getting, I think. And I just think that Michigan is the better team. They are passing better. They make less errors. They don't get as many penalties. And I just think that Michigan will win. The next game I have is Pittsburgh versus Georgia Tech. I have the upset of Georgia Tech winning 21-3. I just think they're the better team, or will be the better team. I just think Pittsburgh will make a lot of mistakes and getting many penalties, and I just think that Georgia Tech will utilize both of those, and I just think that Georgia Tech will end up winning this game. The second to last game I have is Tennessee versus Florida. I have the score being 21-7, Florida winning, because I just think that Tennessee will just have a really big or little bit bad game. I just think they'll pass really bad. Drops will be thrown, or drops will be dropped. Picks will be thrown, and I just think that Tennessee won't be able to keep up. I think Florida will execute on both sides of the ball better. I think they'll be faster. They'll be harder hitting. I just think that Florida will win. And the last game I have is BYU versus Cincinnati. I have the score 32-28. BYU winning because I just think that BYU's been playing decent and I don't think Cincinnati's been playing that good. And I just think that BYU will play better offense and defense, throwing a lot of completions, getting a lot of yards from rushing. I just think their defense will be better, and I just don't think Cincinnati will be able to keep up with them. And I just think BYU will win. So I hope you guys liked this video, and make sure you subscribe to never miss a video. I hope you guys have a good day.